What if it were your people? I say that to acknowledge the fact that you don't acknowledge the fact that my people have been disenfranchised from this nation. No hope of promised reparations. And a world where the future of our black males is a multiple choice scenario of psychotropic medication, mass incarceration, destructive frustration, or the always popular all of the above. You turn a blind eye to the very things I'm speaking of. It's like, not your people, not your problem, because we are an expendable race. An expendable race. Now that kind of thinking creates civil wars and riots, got young black girls thinking they gotta go on diets to be a certain weight to get a date with a dude who, according to you, has a messed up attitude. Never considering why that guy is more afraid to live than he is to die. Step outside of your world long enough to see his and mine. Step outside of your skin long enough to recognize the melanin we were born in. What if it were your people? Detested by many, a suspect always, even the light-skinned cats are looking suspicious all day. What if you walk down the street to closer clutched purses, silent, under the breath curses, people thinking you are only good for basketball and hip-hop verses? What if someone who looked like you was always on the news, like other races don't do stuff too? What if it was you whose background had to be whitewashed to be accepted, who was fed the white lie that in order to not be rejected by the country you created, that your skin tone needed to be faded and then you'd be less hated and somewhat celebrated? What if you had to wave the white flag and surrender your ethnicity just to be considered for a white-collar job in the business industry? What if it were your people? Ignored in the store unless it's to be followed, pride swallowed because you have no other choice but to shop in this store, in this neighborhood, in this hood where nothing's good and there are no jobs, and if you're lucky you make it home without getting robbed. But what if your people were only seen as criminals and dealers of crack, when in fact that's the pot calling the kettle black? What if your people were seen as the black sheep of America, causing hysteria anytime they're seen in groups of more than 3? But what if I were you and you were me? Would I behave any differently? Or would I base my thoughts on only what I see? What if I wasn't the minority? What if I was an authority? Would your complexion still mean more to me? Or would I realize that there was more to see?